Hey everybody, StarCraft here, and I have another StarCraft 2 game. Legit watching. Ha! That's a true fan right there. And it is. I can't speak. I cannot speak. But I'm going to keep going because I'm a trooper. It is LiquidRet in the bottom right as the red Zerg. And in the bottom left. Wait, what the hell? What the hell? I can't click the minimap. What is going on? Oh my gosh, my life is meaningless. What the shit balls? There we go. In the bottom left we have shut up, cat. In the left we have vilePsY as the blue Zerg. That would be myself. It is a Zerg versus Zerg on Shakira's Plateau. And I have to say, man, when I found this match on ladder, I shat myself. LiquidRet is so badass, man. He's up there with the Koreans. Such a good North American, or actually he's not North American. He's I'll just say he's a foreigner. I don't think he lives in the States, does he? Such a good foreigner Zerg, man. He is just crazy good. These little overlords are going to meet in the middle. That's so darn cute. And if you know my Zerg versus Zerg at all, you know that it's not very good in the beginning. You know, once I do reach an end game where the game is fairly even, I tend to be a little bit better, but overall my ZVZ is shit. So I was excited to be playing Ret right now. But I was not excited that it was a Zerg versus Zerg. I mentioned on my stream while I was playing this game that I'd rather play a really good Protoss or a really good Terran. I feel like I have a better shot at beating them because mirror matches is all about skill, man. I mean, some of it is luck of the build. I'll say that much, but a lot of it is about skill, and that was quite the yawn right there. You can see he's actually ahead by 15 minerals, and that's just because, you know, he's probably controlling his drones a little bit better, mining the closed patches. You can see closed patch, closed patch, closed patch. All the closed patches have 2 drones on them, probably as soon as possible. While I was just kind of, you know, screwing off in the beginning, I talked to my stream viewers a lot, so I'm not going to really concentrate too hard on throwing down all the possible drones on the ideal patches. But now we're seeing a little build divergence. We have a 15 hatch from each player, and he's going to be going gas first and then spawning pool first. Now this is going to allow him to get his speedlings out a lot faster than me, but it is going to hinder his economy slightly. You can see I'm going to be slightly ahead in the drone count and, you know, have a little bit higher economy as a result of that. And my fans that were saying, "Oh my God, Sai, you're playing Ret. Ask him if he knows who you are." And he didn't know who I was, so that's kind of a sad face. But I don't expect him to know who I am. He's kind of a behind the, like, in the dim light. That's not even a saying, but he doesn't really know about the scene, like a lot of other players do, like you know, In Control or Idra or people like that who are more familiar with American casters and stuff like that. So I tell him I'm just a caster. But anyway, because my ZVZ knowledge is so poor, or my build order knowledge is so poor, I decided to go back to a build that I've been using that actually worked for a while, but I was able to find a couple flaws in it. And that is the Roach Warren, the straight to Roaches, no speed build. And the holes that I mentioned, or that I want to mention about this build is, one, it can be susceptible to very heavy Zergling rushes, just like mass Zergling on 2 base, no banelings, just Zerglings. And 2, if you do get out of the early game with this build, the Roach first build, it's very hard to take a third. It's very, very hard to take a third. And I'm telling Ret, yeah, I will post loss or win just because it's Ret, man. And we're going to kind of see that this game as far as the very hard to take a third thing. Now, he's got a queen out. I am kind of poking away at the queen. I shouldn't have done this. I didn't micro my lings at all either. I shouldn't have attacked the queen. I should just go in for some scouting. And here we are, 2 lings getting into the base, doing some scouting. Now, 4 lings just for some scouting information, not really worth it. So already, Ret's kind of a little bit up on me. I am making 4 roaches, but he is making a baneling nest. And these roaches are going to be out in time to stop any baneling pressure, 1 spine going down as well. So the harvester count now 21 to 27, and this is what Ret really does best, man. He's just all about drone, 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 drone. It's exactly what he's doing. He's actually getting a second extractor. This is pretty normal when you are going to be planning to go banelings or something like that, and also throwing down a spine. Now, he hasn't seen anything of mine. He has no idea what I'm doing. This Overlord can't quite see my ramp to see that I am getting roaches. And now this is where I'm going to choose the time to roach up myself. So the Harvester's now 32 to 24. So as a result of not really knowing the openings too well, he is going to get a little bit up on me on the harvester count, but I plan to even that out, or I hope to even that out, and I am going to move out with roaches. This is a feint. This is not a real attack. This is me trying to force him to make a lot of lings. You can see he's already making 8 lings, but we'll see if he makes any more lings. No, he's not going to. So Rhett's, God, he's so good. A lot of players would panic and be like, oh my god, there's sets of roaches coming at me. What am I going to do? But not Red, man. He's just going to keep making drones, and I am going to back up. I don't want to be surrounded by these lings. Of course, I could see them coming, so what I was doing wasn't dangerous at all. But here come the lings. Rhett now throwing down a roach warren. Harvester count out 37 to 33. So he's been up on me just a little bit this whole time. Part of the reason is because I did go roaches, but another part of the reason is he's just that good. He's just so good at knowing when to drone and knowing when to unit up. So there's that roach warren. 8 more drones coming for me. And he's going to kind of hang out with these lings outside his base. And you know, when you think about it, this baneling nest that he built, it wasn't that big of an investment. It's just a just-in-case building. He built that just in case I do go lings. And, oh, this queen needs to get back! Oh, she barely does get back, and I still have this nice little wall off right here with 6 roaches and a queen. Harvester's now 48 to 46. Rhett now taking the third. This is exactly what I mean. Rhett realizes I have roaches. I'm walled off. That's usually indicates some kind of tech or some kind of timing. So, well, I'm making 6 overloads. Holy shit. So he's just going to take a third and have map control to lings. And the roaches just cannot take a third. They don't allow you to take a third. If I go out to take a third, he'll run by into my main and lots of bad stuff will happen. But it's very difficult to play a macro game of this style when you're going to take a third like that, or when you go roaches like this. So the harvester's now 46 to 52. Rhett's going his lair a little bit later. A little bit later. I am starting my spire, and the good news is, if we look at the gas count, partially because he took his third so early and gas so late, I will have more gas than him if he chooses to go mutas as well. And at this point, I do see his roaches being rallied out with my overlord, so I'm going to throw down a few more spines. He's got 5 roaches and several lings. Of course, this might just be precautionary. You don't always want to make units as Zerg all the time, just pure reactionary. But you do want to have units like you know, like ready in case your opponent does attack. So that's kind of what he's doing, if that even made sense. So it's now 54 to 53. I have taken the harvester lead, but he's got this third base to work off of. I'm really waiting on my spire right now. This overlord flying in, seeing my lair, so I'm pretty sure he knows to expect a spire, a hydra den, and an infestation pit on the way. And these aren't in reaction to mutas. This is just a normal build for him. And that's just what this third base really allows you to do. It allows you to get that infestation pit and hydra den and roach speed. Shut up, cat. And you know, roaches out so darn early. So he's kind of trumping my build at this point with that third base. That's going to be up and running. He's now 66 harvesters to just 54. 4 spines are up. I'm actually getting more spines, and this is another kind of experience thing. He realizes he can't push in, but I didn't realize that with what he had, I didn't need this many spines. Why do I have 4 more spines coming? I didn't need to make these at all, and now it's dropping me down to 53 harvesters when I could be at like 60 or so if I canceled a couple unnecessary spines. So a bit of a mistake right there, but the mutas are out. How many mutas do I have? 12 mutas are out on the field. How many hydras does he have? 5 hydras. I'm going to go to the unit counting station here real fast so we can see how many hydras he's going to use to defend against these mutas. I don't know if he sees them coming, but on the way they are. He's only got 5 hydras against 13 mutas, and hydras are not good in small numbers against mutas. Going for the infestation pit, now seeing the hydras, going to focus down the hydras, taking down 4 of them. Can I kill this hydra den before this range completes? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. The queen is going to go down, however. So doing a lot of damage with these mutas. And at this point, I thought I would win the game. I thought I was in great position. All he has is hydras against these mutas, killing a lot of drones, picking off hydras when they're just kind of rallying in. You want to go for the hydras, not the queens. The queens have an armor and a lot more life. And still picking off more hydras. And the harvest count now uneven, 65 to 56. My third base is not yet mining though, so I don't want to say I have a better economy. But doing tremendous damage with these mutas, and I should be picking off these hydras and trying to kill some more drones, but he actually repositioned that spore, so that probably won't really happen. Another spore here, picking off, oh, the stray muta. Poor rally right there. So I thought I was ahead, but then some kind of realization hit me, and I was like, oh shit, there's no way he does not have a third base right now. And I actually checked the replay after this game, and I told myself, I bet he took the third base as my lair was starting, because he had that map control with the Zerglings, and because he had those late geysers. and that's exactly what he did. So I thought I was in good shape right now, but all I did really was maybe even out the game. The problem is he's got the tech that will beat my tech. I've got mutas, and he's got Infestor, Hydra, Roach. Picking off another Hydra right there. And now I'm scouting the third, and I'm like, oh no. So, and what I mean by he's got the tech advantage is it'll cost me a lot of money and a lot of time to switch my tech up into something that will be good against his tech, or, you know, probably just something similar, probably just Hydra, Roach, Infestor just like him. And I don't really have that time right now. He's got so many units. He's got 14 Hydras, 1 Roach, or 1 Infestor, and 11 Roaches. And there's a nice fungal from Rhett, catching every single muta. Unfortunately, he didn't have a second fungal, so he's not able to kill every single muta. 4 of them are able to get away. And this third base of mine is getting saturated right here. And if we check out the harvesters, now 63 to 59, so I am ahead in the harvester count. But look at these infestors, man. All I'm getting is Hydras. 7 Overlords on the way. 3 for Rhett, so I guess I shouldn't be too upset with myself. And, you know, Hydras complement infestors much better than Roaches do. And at this point, I'm kind of panicking. I'm like, he has a third base. He's had a third base for a long time. He's taken a fourth base. I'm going to move out and see what I can do. Now, it's 30 Roaches against 11 Roaches and 14 Hydras, which wouldn't be that lopsided. Unfortunately, he has 5 infestors as well. And that's really what's going to play a role in this battle. He's got +1 attack as well. So Fungal's going down, doing so much damage. +1 attack is doing so much damage as well. These infested swarm eggs, you know, not able to do anything, but they're so cute. You guys are so cute. And I'm forced to retreat, and at this point, I kind of let my nerves get the best of me. You know, when you're playing someone of Rhett's caliber, you do get a little bit nervous. He's just on a whole different level than, you know, people like, you know, TT1 or Deezer or other Grandmasters. He's like a Grand Master, like great Grandmaster. Let's go with that. So now he's kind of pulling ahead. I am ahead in Harvesters, 71 to 62. But, you know, with a nice spread, if he attacks into me, if he chooses to attack into me, I will have a slight chance. His fourth base, though, again, is coming up. And I actually need to transfer some of these guys away from the main because that's going to be mined out soon. And I need to get my fourth as well. So Rhett with just the macro godliness. And, you know, there's another thing that Rhett, I think he does intentionally in a Zerg versus Zerg. He realizes that in ZVZs, if you are being stomped by an opponent Zerg player, there's a good chance you won't be able to rally any more units in to stop him. So he stopped his harvester count at 61, and that's going to allow him to have a much bigger army than me when we're both maxed out. So 199 to 199. But his army is 6 Roaches bigger, 1 Hydra bigger, and 5 Infestors bigger because he did not overdrone. He realizes he needs less drones and more units in a Zerg versus Zerg. And he's picking off a bunch of Overlords, which is never good. He's moving out. He's got burrowed Infestors just to keep them safe from any kind of sniping tactics that I might have with my mutas. And where are those mutas anyway? Those die? I think they already died. Yeah, they totally died, stupid mutas. And he's just so smart, man. I mean, you might say, well, maybe Rhett just doesn't know how many harvesters he has. No, he definitely knows how many harvesters he has. So he's moving out. He doesn't quite have +2, so he's moving out a bit too early right here. Now he has that +2. Lots of infested Terrans going down, and it's going to be close. It looks close. He's got that +1 armor now going up, and so many fungals going down. And again, he just had more units. Better upgrades as well. So GG from me, and also something else you're gonna see here. I had to, man. It was too funny. You know, him saying he didn't know who I was, and I just figured I'd plug it if anyone was watching. I know I'm kind of a douche, but whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed that. At least I you know, went into the somewhat end game with Reds. I feel like I could have done a bit better with my mutas. And also the transition to Roaches. If I would have transitioned into Roaches faster and attacked his third, ooh, that would have been nice. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I love giblets.